Okay.
Hi there, I'm Jennifer Gregory. I'm Brittany. And I'm Jesselyn. And this is our proposal for the North and South Hall.
Alright, so the initial project that we were given is that we have these two existing halls, and we're trying to renovate it while still trying to keep as much of the existing building intact while still making some improvements. And so we're hoping that we make these updates that you would actually enjoy.
Alright, oh my gosh, it's really awesome here.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have our printed off rail. There's our scale. And out here. So one is up north and the other one is up south. So basically our inspiration for this was Lumberjack Landing. I know two of us actually lived in Landing, and we just thought it was a really great example of a good dorm. It does an awesome job of incorporating the old, more traditional designs with the newer designs, and we know that the STEM building is going in right across the street from North and South Hall. So we wanted to keep that in mind when designing this building and redoing the outside and everything. There was also various campuses that we went to and looked at, and we also did the student survey like other teams have mentioned. We really wanted to incorporate in what the students were thinking about everything. And then we also talked to y'all and brought y'all's advice in on our design. Do y'all want to walk through it?
Of course. So here on the first floor, this is kind of the first place you'll walk into. This is the lobby. We actually have an extension that we have decided to add on to the building. And so we thought that that would be a great way to give you some more square footage and utilize where that porch is currently. We decided that if you actually closed it, then you would be able to use it not just on the first floor, but on the second and third as well. So as you can see, it kind of extends onto these other levels as well, which we have made into study rooms and collaborative spaces. So in this first area, we have two doors on either side of this extension, and it opens up into the lobby, and we have a welcome desk and kind of a sitting area for the students. Over here, we actually put in the kitchen and a collaborative dining space.
And we really incorporated those with like glass walls, very similar to how Landing has. That way it's easily monitored, and the students it still feels open for the students to use.
We also have two doors here for security, and we have our ADA accessible rooms. Again, it's kind of similar in the sense that we took out two rooms and made it into technically one ADA room. So we have four according to class requirements.
Well, I mean, like currently we have 4 ADA rooms, but if you add an elevator, then we can disperse them and maybe add more to your convenience. And we also, since we have the extension, we try to do minimal changes to the hall director's room. Is this the one with the names? Yes. Okay,
So the only changes that we really made was there was a bathroom connecting the office and her space, and so we took that out. And then also in the hallway where the old soda machines used to be, we moved those to the lobby area, and those became a study bench. That is right here. That study bench, from reading study cases and so forth, it's really nice for a student to be able to have a place to take a phone call or to actually study in a not so formal setting such as our collaborative spaces that we are supplying them with.
You want to point it out on the floor plan so they can see it that's in front of them?
I will. Yeah, it's in this one. Sorry about that. So it's right in here. So then, this is actually the old plan, sorry. Proposed plan. Right here would be a bench, a seating area, and then the only other change here is where we took out that bathroom, we just went ahead and put a wall in, and then she also had a funky little closet area that she wasn't able to use, so we just went ahead and brought the closet all the way back into the closet. closet. So that's not wasted space, which is how it's currently being used. So this kind of gives them an area that they can use for phone calls or anything like that. And then we also put in a study area right here that's a little more private than like using the lobby area, collaborative space, and so forth. And there's our kitchen, and we can come through to the dining area, which is all ADA. So, and then these are our security doors as well to go down the hallways.
I had a question about the ADA room. So y'all took
Yes.
2 rooms and made it into one. We did
Yes.
that 4 times. So you've taken 8 bedrooms and
We
you
did it to 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you could still, if you didn't have that many ADA people needing those rooms, you could still put 2 beds in them. And then you still keep a higher number of residents.
And we did keep the original plumbing trays, we just extended it.
Yes, so there's not a problem as far as you're just adding on another, extending that plumbing wall for your outside sink. But this is also ADA. And we make sure that these bathrooms will need to be sprinkled, but the rest of the bathrooms are 49 square feet, so therefore you don't need to put a sprinkler in those rooms, in those
Yeah.
bathrooms.
Right, we understand that you're going to end up putting the sprinkler system in this summer, or whatever, so that's one of the reasons they're trying to keep their square footage down, except you may have to go back and add for a couple of them.
You mentioned enclosing the porch to give us more space.
Yes.
How would you handle the ramp for the students in the wheelchair?
There is a ramp, it shows it on our next slide.
Okay.
So there would be 2 entrances, so it's both-sided, and then on the sides it has the ramps and the stairs.
And our laundry room, the student survey, like at least 50% were okay with just having a large laundry room located on the first floor. So that's what we did. So there is 10 washers and 20 dryers currently that we propose.
So this is South Hall, and it's very identical to North Hall, with the exception of kind of the lobby layout, as well as obviously the hall director's room.
And right now it does see this is the ramp and stairs, so that. And this lobby is where we come in here and this doors up. That's the reception desk, and this is a sitting gaming area. The TV is on this wall right here, and behind this wall is the vending machines. And we also have the security where it blocks off from these rooms with the cards right.
And we have the same setup as far as the kitchen and dining room design. So, put that to y'all on here. There it is. So on here, let me get my bearings. So you would come in here and you have the ramps and stairs on both sides to come into the main lobby area. And so we put in a little partition wall so you can have the TV mounted for gaming or anything that they want. Then the so machines on the other side, and then the doors, and that would be where the desk is located off to the side. And here's the ADA bathroom, and then the dining and kitchen are located off to the side of that. And then the security doors as well. So kind of the same setup. And then,
So you're saying take most of our rooms from the first floor, not from the second or third floor?
yes, from the first floor, they would all be turned into ADA since there's currently not an elevator. But if we went ahead and put the elevator in, then we could possibly increase the first floor.
Right,
capacity.
disperse the
Yes.
ADA rooms to other floors.
Yes.
Our pictures are not showing up very
No.
well. But this was kind of showing you where we were kind of encouraging that sense of community. We changed, obviously, the lobby layout. Here we have that extension, and we have the front desk area, and then we have obviously the sitting and kind of the socializing area. And here's the original, like, there's the expanded floor plan. And so it's showing you kind of where in relation it is as to where it is in the existing floor plan. So as you can see, we've made the laundry room a lot bigger, and have moved it over to the other side, to kind of help, other students.
Traffic flow.
Exactly, so you wouldn't want it near the lobby area.
And then the old laundry room has completely become the janitorial area. She keeps pointing first. Sorry,
Because
guys.
you can't see it on the screen.
Okay, sorry. This, we went ahead and kept, currently this is their janitorial closet and it's kind of small for them. So we went ahead and gave them the old laundry room as well, that way they can still use this closet for quick storage and quick grabbing. And then in here they can do their training and larger storage and everything else, whether they want to keep carpet squares in there or just giving them more options for their space because they do a lot of work, so.
So that'll be the same on all 3 floors?
Yes, on all 3 floors. And then they already have the tech closets in there, so. And then going ahead, I guess, talking about the 2nd and 3rd floor, we went ahead and added on space that we put in. On those floors, on the 2nd and 3rd floor, they become study halls. So that way they're really nice collaborative spaces. We went in and put in mediascapes, so a lot of technology, kind of like what's in the library with the TVs and everything else, so.
Can you see that, Winston?
Yes, I can.
And then these are just call-outs again of the study rooms.
Yeah, specifically
Just
of the
explained.
STEM rooms.
Yeah, so the collaborative spaces,
We
which
have
are
to
the same.
Take out some rooms in order to enhance the actual student space.
They are a little different on the north hall compared to the south hall. Sorry, let's go, let's extra around. Just because of the layout of the first floor and how it all worked out, this hall, these 2 rooms do not have suite mates. So if you have someone who is wanting a more private room, or for whatever reason, I know some people are much more willing to pay extra for those rooms, not to have the suite mates, and then you have the study rooms here, and the study room here.
Where would you put the staff, the CA? Where would the CA room be?
That is still,
On the first floor.
No, the CA.
No, the CA.
No, the CA of on each floor. That's what you're proposing, that one private type room.
Yes, that would be a good spot for one, yeah. Can't see anything.
Okay. Again, this is supposed to show you kind of a more detailed, it's supposed to show you.
Just like why don't you
Yeah,
come over
yeah.
here and show them, since you're talking about it.
Because it's, you can't see anything on it because it's a bad projector. So basically when you come in, we went ahead and shrunk the windows down to a more standard size, that way they can supply themselves with curtains, blinds, so forth, like several other people have done. And that allowed us to just expand the bathroom and make it a little larger, giving them a much easier shower because it's very small how it currently is. And then we went ahead and kept this pretty similar to how it is. We kept them with the sinks on the outside for easability, and then went ahead and kept the closets in as well.
So we talk about expanding the bathroom, you're talking about taking the square footage on both sides, correct?
Yes,
Correct.
it just moves out a foot on each side.
Once we surveyed the students, we asked them if they would be willing to sacrifice a little of their living space for a larger bathroom, and most of them, I believe, was like 75% said yes. So we decided to take off a little bit from each side.
Yes.
and before we forget, we did change the window sizes to 4x4.
And along with the public restrooms, currently in the existing plan, it is not ADA accessible.
It's
and
a
so-
very odd little bathroom.
Right, and
So
so-
we went ahead and just ixnayed that, sorry. I
No,
keep
you're good,
interrupting
you're
you.
good, you're good.
And just went ahead and put the bathroom in where that study nook is. And then talking about the hall director's room, we went ahead and wanted to make her front entrance open like she was just another resident there. So we went ahead and had it open and made this her U-shaped kitchen, and then it comes around and you have the bathroom, which is her current bathroom, so nothing would have to be changed there. And then it comes into her current bedroom, and then we went ahead and took out that bathroom that's attaching and just put in a normal wall door to her office. So tried to not change too much, just the layout of it. So.
So security, obviously, we talked about the, 2 double doors in the lobby separating the entrances for the rooms on the first floor.
They have key swipes.
Key swipes. And for the ADA rooms, the accessible, motion sensor, card sensor thing. And then and of course, for the kitchen dining, we have the glass partition walls.
As well as for the study rooms, that way people can easily tell who's in there, if the space is being used, and by whom.
Okay, so here's a couple of our numbers. We had counted up 51 rooms in the existing, and this is including the hall directors. This is pretty much every room. And in the new proposed, we have 41, mainly because we took out some of those rooms for ADA, as well as the suite and study areas. So we have fewer rooms, but we kind of made up for that in various areas. But as you can see, there weren't any ADA rooms before. We now have 4 per hall. We have added some more washers and dryers because we made that space a lot bigger. Instead of just doing 1 per floor, we now have that one large laundry area. And so currently, based on the amount of students you have in that space, if you have full occupancy, you would be getting about that amount per semester. And so if you kept the dorms at their current price, and with the amount of rooms we have with our new proposed plan, you'd be making a little bit less. However, if you wanted to balance it out and bring it back up to about this amount, you would have to increase the price per semester by that amount. And so initially, with everything in account, it would cost a little about $4,600,000-ish.
And that's for both, I
And this
mean,
is for both,
both,
yeah,
right.
for both
So if you
halls.
did one dorm or whatever, you would have to cut it in
And
two.
again, to add elevators to both dorms, it would be another $170,000. And so if you added the elevators, it would then be a total of about $4,700,000. So that is about the general numbers that you would be looking at.
Right, on their plans, just so that you'll know, the initial budget of the $4,625,000 for both, if they added, they would just have to add the elevator, because they've already added an addition to the,
Correct.
correct, to it.
So
which
this is the pretty much total that you would have to spend, and then the elevators are the only really addition to that total.
So we need to add another 170,000 to that 4 million.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
for elevators
this is
only.
for everything as if you didn't have an elevator, and so that 170 is solely just to put in an elevator per dorm.
Yes, 1.
So the 170, so really that is turnkey for 2 elevators.
Correct.
All
It's 85 per elevator, 85,000.
plus 100, I guess I'm confused, is 170,000 everything for 2 elevators?
Everything for 2
Yes.
elevators.
Okay.
That's
So-
85,000 and 85,000
For
equals
both, yes.
170,000.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's it.
Right.
Yes, this is
You
for
have
both
added it.
dorms.
Right.
Exactly.
Because they already have an addition, and what they're saying is they could put the elevator in the addition area in the front
Okay.
that they've added on to the building.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
why ours is probably the most expensive
Right.
plan. But then again, you're gaining square footage, we added the study spaces, and so we feel like it would really make us.
So when you're talking about the profitability of the space, yes, you're losing a lot of rooms, but at the same time, you're gaining so much collaborative space and so much more social spaces that people are going to want to be there. They're willing to pay more to have a dorm that is more like landing or more like one of the newer dorms. And then, I know y'all have already seen the furniture, we have it all over campus, but we've gone ahead and plugged it in different furniture layouts that are possible for y'all. There are multiple layouts that those are capable of doing with our room design, so there's no problems there.
So y'all went with the wood flooring, is that what the students wanted, or, because I thought I'd heard they wanted carpet in the rooms?
Well, for the most part, students have kind of been both ways actually. They really, some like carpet, and then some prefer kind of the hard because it's easier to maintain. A lot of the students don't necessarily carry vacuums with them, and sometimes the halls provide vacuums, but most of the time they don't necessarily use them. So, we decided to make it easier for maintenance, we decided to go with the wood flooring, and students can always come in and give runs, and that's what I've done as a student,
Right.
so it's, we figured that would be the most versatile option.
So on the left, it's the loft bed with the desk and drawers underneath, and then the other side is where, it's bunk bed, I believe, and then the desk.
Are these gonna be movable furnitures?
Of course.
Yes.
We should, there really isn't any built-in furniture whatsoever.
So that's the closet that is,
Yes. And then just kind of give you an idea of what it would actually look like on the outside, that's more of the design that we were looking. Again, it kind of replicates landing, so we hope that kind of would tie in, kind of a little bit of unity between the campus.
Kind of gives it more of a better look than the cube that's there right now.
But if y'all went with the elevator, you're saying put it where with this front?
It would most likely go up in that front section. We would have to do a little altering of the space for security purposes. But we could definitely fit it in there somewhere without adding on more square footage.
and we will be doing eaves so that it can go over, a brick easily without being thick.
We're hoping to cover up the white brick, and we're
Yes.
gonna leave the red brick as it is, so that way, again, kind of hoping to balance out that cost. We didn't wanna necessarily do a completely new outside exterior kind of material, so we figured if we kind of did half and half, we could utilize some of the old materials as well as put on some new, and kind of bringing up the look a little bit.
You mentioned enclosing the porch. When you survey the students, did they say anything to you about the porch, if they use it or not?
Most people seem to like the porch, honestly, but since all this work is going on, they do have that middle section, and that porch can only be used when the weather's nice, when, if they want to go outside. Now that it's closed in, it can be used 24/7.
And we made it where there's a lot of windows, so it kind of feels like a sunroom in a way.
And then this is kind of summarizing what we've all talked about, but just the fact that our design is fairly flexible in many aspects, whether it's the bedroom or the lobby. There's many different ways you can utilize the space. And we've obviously taken universal design into consideration and tried to incorporate all those ADA requirements, the TOS requirements as well. So, and we upgraded the security, so we added a lot of the card swipes, and those were for each floor too. So that way there's a lot of security.
And we really just wanted to increase the feeling of the community in the space through those collaborative areas in the kitchens and the lobby. And just, that helps keep up the retention rates. People are going to want to stay at these halls.
So opening up all this kind of, like opening up the lobby and the study spaces and the laundry room kind of helps make it feel a little bit more open and welcoming. So that's pretty much our presentation. Didn't know if you had any other questions.
Very good.
Thank you.